This is a review between the Westcott Ice Light and the MTL-900 2 video lights. We start off with the Westcott Ice Light, a beautifully built light that's been out on the market now for a couple of years. This is the first generation light. We have not received the second one yet for a review. We will try to do that one as soon as we get it in. Looking at this light, overall, very well built. The back is beautiful, keeps all the light from escaping, and is completely dark. The caps, I'm not sure if they're aluminum or steel, but they definitely give a nice fit and finish. Charging port, and all your controls are on the back. The up and down arrows to turn it up are there, as well as to turn the light off. Battery is not replaceable at this time, so it is built in, and I'm not sure if there are instructions out on the web on how to actually replace it or not. We would have to look into that further, but most people won't be needing that feature. To power on the light, you just simply press any of the up or down arrows and the light comes on right away. Right now we do have it at its highest power setting. Beautiful white glow of the light. Off button turns it off immediately, and I believe that this light is 5500 or balanced to 5500 Kelvin. The construction of it feels good. It feels solid in the hand. Definitely it can hold its own in terms of the build quality. Even the plastic in the front here has a really sort of rigid, solid feel to it. So that is the Westcott Ice Light. Next up, we have the Trevo MTL900 2. Now, this one, the Trevo, is just a name that is branded onto it. The real model that you would want to search for is the MTL900 2, and it's made by a number of different manufacturers. It's been out on the market for just a short period of time, and it definitely has a little bit of a cheaper feel to it than the Ice Light does. Both the end caps, the body, the handle, everything sort of has a slightly cheaper, more plasticky feel to it. So I'm not completely sure that it would do the best job in the world of protecting it if it was to fall from a significant height. A lower height might do okay. It's not totally insignificant, and the caps are some sort of cheaper metal. Battery that you have, you would take off the lower end cap, and it is a removable battery. The good news there is that you can have extra batteries with you that are fully charged and ready to go, and you just swap them out. Uses pretty much a standard video battery, which is the F550. In this case, you could probably get a battery and a charger for about $10 or $12. So that's nice if you want to have multiple batteries with you on the go. You are going to be screwing it on and off for a little bit of time, though. The one drawback is that you do have the controls on the front of the light versus having them on the back of the light, which is what the Ice Light had. So as you're shining your light on something, you've got to be really careful and figure out what your fingers are doing on the front so that you're able to actually control the light. Otherwise, you have to turn it around and look at it. You can, of course, use the remote to do that, but we do not have it with us for this test. Powering off the light is pretty straightforward. You push and hold the button, and unfortunately you do have to press and hold for several seconds before the light powers off. You'll see the light sort of dwindling down and coming back up as you hold the power button. If you just push the power button, then the light goes into a series of blinking patterns. Again, we don't have the remote with us. This would be much easier if you do have the remote, if you don't have access to view the front of the light while it's in operation. The light itself is also a little bit bigger. It's a little bit wider than the Ice Light. However, it does have, again, a slightly cheaper feel. In fact, if we grab the Ice Light and put them side by side, you can get an idea that there is a pretty significant difference, not just in the length of the light, but also in the width, which is going to give you a little bit more wrap and a little bit usually softer light on your subject. The plastic cover that is actually keeping the lights under, that does feel a little bit cheaper on the MTL900 versus the Ice Light. But again, if you're not dropping it, then it feels okay. One other problem is with the MTL900 is that you could see definitely more light leak out of the back of the light there. And that is an issue that is resolved with the Ice Light. The solid back definitely keeps any light from escaping. The price range on both of these lights, this is sort of where there's a bigger difference, and it seems like you are paying a lot for the build quality of the Ice Light. So the Ice Light is in the range of the $400 to $450 range. Again, this is the first generation Ice Light. The second one is coming out on the market at the time of this review. The MTL900, that one, depending on who you get it through, again, it comes under many different names. The one that we have here is the Trevo MTL900. That one can be had somewhere between $120 to $150 depending on where you find it. There are many models that you can pick up on Amazon. The first thing that we're going to notice when it comes to the actual lighting test is that the light, which we have balanced for the MTL900, here we have it at f3.5, 1/80th of a second, ISO 100. We sort of went for the lowest noise conditions possible. The light holds up pretty well, and the camera and the light are both being handheld at this time. Great quality of light, great wrap, and this is sort of where the MTL shines. It definitely outshines the Ice Light here. As we take a look at the second photo that we have from the Ice Light, these are the exact same settings. The Ice Light is in the exact same position as the MTL was. Both lights are at their maximum power level, except you can see that the Ice Light here is substantially darker. When we were doing the comparisons, we were getting about a 2-stop difference in the light output. So I would say that the MTL is about 200% more powerful, or gives you about 200% more light than the Ice Light does. And to take a look at the quality of light, here is the Ice Light with it being properly exposed. We have 1/20th of a second. Still, the rest of the settings are the same. The lens is the same. So here we can see that the quality is much more comparable to the MTL900. You'll notice that on the MTL, the shadows are just a little bit softer. That's probably going to be due to the size of it and the amount that the MTL can actually wrap over the Ice Light. And here's a look of both shots side by side, and you can see the difference in tones and quality for yourself. At this point in time, we are using auto white balance. Our next set of images that we're going to take a look at is going to be a comparison of white balance. For the white balance photo, I do apologize. We had some camera shake and we didn't notice it until after we were done shooting on this image. The Ice Light, the camera is set to 5500 on the Kelvin scale. That's all we were looking at here is just the color balance, so the blur shouldn't really be too much of a factor. The light was pushing just a little bit more. The skin tones were pushing just a little bit more towards like a yellowish or greenish tone. And as we go over and take a look at the MTL, this was probably a little bit truer skin tones. We've got the same exact white balance in the camera. The shots were taken right next to one another, and shot feels just a little bit more natural. I would say that the skin tone's probably a little bit more accurate here in terms of what the mannequin actually looked like. Overall, I would say that our winner here today is the MTL900. Not only is it bigger in size, I feel that the quality of light is significantly better. It is also a full 2 stops brighter than the current generation Ice Light. Again, the new Ice Light is on its way out, and that is supposed to be 150% brighter than the current generation. So we'll have to do another comparison then. But at this point in time, with a difference of 250 or more dollars between the two lights, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. Even the cheaper build quality of the MTL900, I would say that you could probably pick up 2 or 3 of these lights and not worry about if you do some damage to one, because there's plenty of spares. So take a look, MTL902, that's our winner for this comparison, and we'll have another one for you soon.